The Legend of St. George and the Dragon. The kingdom of Silene lay under a shadow of terror. Beyond its gates, near a deep, murky lake, dwelled a dragon so fierce that even the bravest hunters dared not speak its name. Its breath poisoned the air, and with each roar the earth seemed to tremble. At first, the people tried to satisfy the beast with flocks of sheep. But soon its hunger grew, and when no sheep remained, the townsfolk offered their sons and daughters, chosen by lot. The cries of families filled the streets every day. One morning, the dreadful lot fell upon the king's only daughter, Princess Ione. The king tore his robes and pleaded, "Take my gold, my silver, even half my kingdom, but spare my child." Weeping bitterly, the king dressed his daughter in royal bridal robes and sent her to the dragon's lair beside the lake. There, trembling upon the rocks, the princess prayed for mercy. Suddenly, the sound of hooves echoed. A knight in gleaming armor rode toward her on a white horse. His shield bore a red cross. "Lady, fear not," he said. "My name is George, and by God's grace I have come to deliver you." At that very moment, the waters churned and boiled. The dragon burst forth, scales glistening, wings spreading wide as storm clouds. It let out a roar so fierce that the trees bent and the earth shook. George raised his spear and whispered a prayer. He spurred his horse forward, charging straight at the monster. The dragon lunged, flames searing the air, but George lowered his spear and struck with all his might. The point pierced beneath the dragon's wing, driving deep into its flesh. With a scream that echoed for miles, the beast fell to the ground. George leapt from his horse. The princess removed her silken belt, and George tied it around the dragon's wounded neck. To everyone's astonishment, the dragon, once a terror, followed like a tamed hound. Together, George and the princess led the dragon through the city gates. The people gasped in horror, some climbing onto rooftops in fear. "People of Silene," George called out, "the Lord has sent me to save you. If you will believe in Christ and be baptized, I shall slay this dragon." The king, his courtiers, and more than 15,000 people knelt and received baptism that very day. Then George drew his sword and struck the dragon's head from its body. The city rejoiced. George mounted his horse once more, bowed to the princess, and rode away, his name forever etched in legend.